I'm raising the issue of paediatric diabetic services, specifically insulin pump services in Cavan and Monaghan General Hospital. And I raised this issue in the Dáil on a number of occasions with former Minister for Health, Stephen Donnelly. As parents of children and young people in Cavan and Monaghan approached me saying that children with a diagnosis of type 1 diabetes weren't able to access the insulin pump therapy through the Cavan General Hospital. They had to be referred on to Our Lady of Lourdes in Drogheda or Temple Street in Dublin. So I raised the issue with the Minister, and in fairness he pursued the issue, and I received a letter in May of 2023 stating that basically the service would be expanded to include provision of insulin pump therapy to children and young people from the Cavan-Monaghan area in Cavan-Monaghan Hospital, and that the previous pathway required onward referral from Cavan and Monaghan to Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital, Drogheda and Temple Street. So of course we were delighted this was earmarked for Q3 of 2023, but Q3 came and went, Q4 came and went, and parents were still telling me no, that the insulin pump therapy was not available in Cavan or Monaghan. So I submitted a parliamentary question then, and the reply that came to me indicated that the services had been expanded to children in Cavan and Monaghan, in Cavan and Monaghan Hospital, and that had been provided in Q4 of 2023. But parents were telling me no, it wasn't. It still needed to be referred. So I followed it up again with a further parliamentary question asking why 24 paediatric patients from Cavan and Monaghan still were travelling to Drogheda to get the insulin pump therapy. And they told me there that the pathway had been extended, but that it was being managed through Our Lady of Lourdes in Drogheda. So basically it hadn't changed. You still had to be referred from the diabetic team in Cavan General Hospital to Drogheda if you wanted to access the insulin pump therapy. And this was important for children who were quite young and didn't want to be injecting themselves daily or being injected by parents. But it means that children are now meeting with two teams, the team in Cavan and the team in Drogheda. I had one parent telling me last week they had an appointment in the morning time in Cavan General and an appointment in the afternoon in Drogheda. It meant the whole day their child wasn't at school and they had to take the whole day off work. So I'm just asking, Minister, if we can get clarification if this is going to be actually provided in Cavan as it was promised, as was indicated by the Minister, as was indicated in the first letter I received from the RCSI hospital group. Thank you.
I might have to cut you short, Charlie, if that's okay, but we have to finish at past. But okay, thanks. I'll try and be brief. And so thanks for raising this, Deputy Tully. And I know we're trying to improve services in Letterkenny as well, so I understand what you're trying to achieve here and the importance of insulin pump therapy. I'll cut to the chase just in relation to the situation with regard to Cavan and Monaghan Hospital. So provision of insulin pump therapy, obviously, as we know, is a highly specialised subspeciality of paediatric medicine and has to be led by a consultant endocrinologist. Cavan and Monaghan Hospital and Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital in Drogheda have a shared care model with clear clinical pathways relating to children accessing paediatric insulin pump therapy. The initial setup and subsequent clinics, which require consultant involvement, are carried out in Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital, Drogheda. All other clinics are carried out in Cavan and Monaghan Hospital, including a dedicated paediatric nurse diabetic clinic. Prior to this pathway of care being introduced in Q4 of 2023, patients requiring insulin pump therapy would have been referred to Drogheda or Temple Street for the entirety of their care, and they would have had to attend all clinics, not just insulin pump clinics in Drogheda and Temple Street. The government is aware, obviously, of the needs of the diabetes community and the challenges faced, and in recent years we've seen increasing demand for child paediatric diabetic services. But that's the position in relation to Cavan and Monaghan. The follow-up care is in Cavan Monaghan Hospital, but the initial appointments and the consultant-led insulin pump appointments are in Drogheda or Temple Street, but mainly Drogheda.